Guys, welcome back to the channel. Guns, Ammo, and Drones here. These 5 pistols here have quite a bit in common. They're all 9mm. They are all budget-friendly pistols. And the other thing that they have in common is they are all made in Turkey. Now, Turkey has just been producing a lot of really nice pistols over the last few years. And they've made pistols and rifles and things for quite a long time. But these ones here are my top 5 that I own of Turkish pistols. And like I said, most of these have something in common as far as price, reliability, where they're made, the caliber that they shoot. Like I said, these are all 9mm. Now these 4 down here, these are all polymer frame with a steel slide. This one here is the only odd man out. And this one here is all steel. It's all stainless steel. This one's the Gershon MC, and as you can tell, this is a Beretta clone. Actually, it's a nice clone. It's in my opinion, it's a mixture of the 92, the M9A1, the M9A3, and as you can see here, it's got that two-tone finish to it like the M9A3, and the M9A3 does not have these finger grooves like this one has, but that's just one of the things that makes this one nice. I actually like the finger grooves. They fit really nice. All these guns are clear. The mags are empty, so if I don't always show the gun empty, I've already taken everything out. All my mags are usually full of bullets, but I've taken everything out for this video, except for these ones over here, and I want to thank Freedom Munitions for this ammo. These are actually remanufactured rounds here, and man, they look great. They shoot great, they look great. So getting back to the gun, the Gershon has been really popular over the last two or 3 years, ever since it came out. It's got a nice rail on it here. Finger grooves, like I was saying, I really like the finger grooves. It's just the personal preference, but if a gun has it, that's fine with me. This gun here is, I can't really find anything that would tell me that this is not a perfect Beretta clone. Not only does it shoot exactly like a Beretta, it feels just like a Beretta. The sounds that the gun makes when you're charging it, it sounds just like one. It feels like one. When you drop the slide, it sounds like it. It feels like it. And in my opinion, it's just a great clone. And it is a fantastic shooter with this huge ass barrel up there. I mean, it's just a very accurate pistol. And when I was talking at the beginning of the video about these being budget guns, these are, let me see, I believe these are all under $350, and some of them are actually under $3, which in my opinion is budget, because on a gun like this, the way that it looks, it's very similar to the M9A3, which those things are $1,000 all day long. This one here is just a little bit more than the third of the price. This was, when I bought this, was probably $339 or something like that. And what a great value. The next gun we're going to talk about, surprisingly, is probably my least favorite out of all the 5. And I'll tell you why. You can probably watch one of my other videos and that I talk about this one, you'll see what I mean as far as what I don't really care for with the gun. Not so much with the gun, but the magazine. Stoeger STR9, it is 9mm. As you can see, it's very HK VP9-ish, with really like a slide from a Smith & Wesson SD9 VE. It's probably like a mix of those two guns. And it even has metal mags. Now, these are dummy rounds. And the reason I have these in here, I keep these loaded in all the magazines. It comes with 3 because the mags here have issues. You can only get like 5 rounds in of the 15. You can only get 5 rounds in before it really starts to get hard. So I leave dummy rounds in, and hopefully that'll take care of the spring inside a little bit. But the gun's also really nice. This gun's, I think it's $299. You can probably find it for about $299 now. It's a really nice gun, very comfortable, completely adjustable with different back straps. It does have the finger grooves in the front, very similar to the H&K. And It's a really, really nice feeling gun. Except for the magazines, I don't really have too many negatives to say. Stoeger is actually a subsidiary of Benelli, and Stoeger makes decent shotguns. Obviously, we know what Benelli makes. They make fantastic shotguns also. And a great value if you guys are looking for a value package, a value gun, and you want something made from Turkey just because of the reliability, any one of these would be amazing. We're going to jump over here to this one. Now this one is also a Gershon, same company as the Beretta clone. This is the MC28SAT. Now this one here, it actually came with the red dot, and I think it's nice. I mean, it's you don't have to take it off. You don't have to keep it on there if you don't like. You can also change it out. It does come with a couple more plates to use with different sights. But this is actually not a bad sight. It's not the best, but it's worked so far. All these cutouts here really reduce the weight in the front end. And as you can see, the slide material is virtually the exact same. And it's pretty interesting because this actually feels like Teflon. And I've had the Gershon the longest, or the Beretta clone the longest, and not a single scratch on these things. Very, very nice construction. Now the one gripe that I have with this gun, and as you can see, this is also empty, it's 15 round mag. The one gripe that I have with this gun is the frame itself. There's virtually no stippling. This back here is just mediocre. The one in the front is also very mediocre, and as you can see, this is just slick as can be. And it, if anything, deserves some Talon grips or some kind of grip tape, it would be one of these. I'm not huge on Talon grips. I finally recently put some Talon grips on a gun, one of my shields, and I really like it. But other than that, I don't really care for the grip tape. But this one here really deserves it. As you can see, it does have a striker indicator right there. Boom. Really nice gun. And this one here is also priced really, really well. Let me move this out of the way. Value-wise, these guns are really nice. I mean, people are wanting budget guns these days. And whenever you do a search on YouTube, most of the time the searches come up budget-friendly guns, and a lot of these will pull up. This is actually a fairly new gun to me, and it was actually suggested by one of the viewers that I have, one of my subscribers, and we talked about it for a little bit, and he said that he got it, and I started looking at it, and I'm thinking, man, oh man, now I don't have an H&K VP9, or there's also, I think, is it the P30? From what I understand, that's very similar, but just such an H&K feel to this gun. The grip on this particular gun is H&K all day long. I mean, if you just kind of go like this and you look at that, I mean, that's H&K. Up here, it's kind of a mix, CZ P10 with maybe with some kind of Glock slide possibly. But this gun is probably the most comfortable gun that I own. And that's saying a lot because I came up as a Glock fanboy, and I've always liked Glocks. And then I started buying pistols, and I've been pleasantly surprised with a lot of the pistols along the way that have not been Glock, that offer a lot of fantastic features for sometimes half the price of a new Glock. And this one here is by far no exception. And yet I still do have a couple gripes. I don't mind frame safeties on my guns. And this one here is really stiff. Now it won't engage until it's actually charged. And so we go like that, and then you can see it's really difficult. So there's really, with this particular pistol anyway, there's no chance of you accidentally engaging it. And realistically, you probably aren't going to accidentally disengage that safety either, because it's a little bit easier going down than it is to engage, but it's still really difficult. If you do carry this like this, you will find it more difficult to turn that thing off. And it's fine. It doesn't really matter to me. I don't really use them a whole lot. And you can see it does have a little red dot here to let you know that the gun is cocked. Okay. And then when you pull the trigger, it goes away. Completely adjustable. Watch my other video on this gun that I did recently. This back strap is removable. These side panels are removable. And it comes with 3 different sizes so that you can mix and match what you like. If you want this to be smaller or larger, that's great. If you want this panel right here to be larger to where it sticks out farther to accommodate your hand, and then have this one be small, you can do that. There's just a number of combinations that you can do. This gun is really nice. And like I said, as of right now, this is June 2nd of 2020. This is probably my most comfortable handgun for me. And if you guys are looking for a brand, a new gun, or if you're just looking for something that's a little bit outside the box, that's not going to cost you an arm and a leg, you got to try this. This is the STR9 Sarselmaz. All right. And then we have the Canik. Now this is the TP9 SF version. They do make a number of different versions of this. This one here happens to be the 1 series. So it came with a pistol, it came with a back strap, and it came with 1 magazine. But the magazines are really nice. They're 18 round, and you can find magazines all day long on Gunbroker, as you could really for most of these guns. This one here, I would say, might be in my top 5 of most comfortable guns. This the SAR is probably going to be my number 1. My Beretta APX is going to be up in there, and so is this one. Really, really nice gun. Now this is, I believe this one is the biggest out of all these 5 here, and it also probably has one of the nicest triggers. Oh, my light just turned off. Let me see if it has a auto off switch. So this one here probably has one of the nicest triggers out of all the guns that are right here. This one here, there's the light again. Sorry about that, guys. So this one here clocks in at about 4 pounds. All right, let's go ahead and do that again. I'm gonna show you guys this. I'm actually pretty impressed with this trigger. It clocks in at a really nice 4 pounds, roughly. My average is about 4. See, I got 312 on that one, but I've been consistently getting 4s on this. But the reset is super nice. Listen to this, or if you can see it. It is the quickest reset out of any pistol that I own. And I know a lot of you guys are really big into pistol resets and trigger pulls and things like that. This gun here really does have the best of both worlds when it comes to that. And it's a fantastic value. Guys, listen, Turkey has been producing really nice guns for a number of years. But as far as these 5, now this is only the representation of these 5. There are a lot more Turkish made guns that you could add to this list. But as far as the ones that I own, the ones that I think are my favorite, it would probably be these ones. They're all a pleasure to shoot, and they did not cost a lot of money to purchase. And in this day and age, you want a good value. Everybody does. I've got some expensive guns, but I also have guns that are a great value, and you can't go wrong with any of these. Guys, drop me a message if you want to know anything more about these guns. I think I answer every question that you might have. Just send me a message. I'll eventually get to it within a day or two. And I want to thank you guys for subscribing. I can't believe I have almost 1,200, and I think that's, for me, that's amazing. I didn't start this off to think about subscriptions. It's just a fun thing to do and to talk about. So I really appreciate it, guys. Again, drop me a message if you have any questions on these. I'll be glad to answer any questions. I'm pretty knowledgeable on these guns. I've shot all of them. I get them out pretty regularly to just make sure they're clean, and just to hold them again to see if I notice anything different, because that's one of the things that I like about having all these pistols to choose from. They're all different. They all feel different, and they all perform different. And each one of them has their own really nice attributes as far as when you shoot it, how it feels. Trying to think what else it could be. Just really just the feel, the accuracy, and things like that. When you buy a gun, you know, you want it to be accurate. So I'm just rambling now, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop. Send me a message. Let me know if you have any questions on these guns. Guys, thanks a lot. Have a great day. See you later.